Hello everyone, it's Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat. I've got a card that I made for my Christmas in July project that didn't go quite to plan. But do you know what? It's okay. I quite like it at the end, so it's fine. But yeah, it has a bit of an oopsie moment, and it just isn't quite what I had in my head in the beginning, which is not often that I have something totally in my head at the beginning of a project, but there you go. So I've started off with this Claritystamps stencil. You can tell I'm hunting through the box now for things that I've not used in ages. So I've had a couple of Claritystamps stencils that I've been using recently that I've not probably used for a couple of years. And I started off by just using the Distress inks in the Candied Apple and the Pine Needles and alternating on each of the light bulbs. And then I decided to go in with my pen. You can see my little pink head coming in there every so often just to make sure I can see what I'm doing. But I decided to come in with the pen to trace the line and to finish off the stenciled image rather than doing it with ink blending all the way through. And I'm really happy with how that looks. That looks great, fabulous. I've done it straight onto a card blank because I'm being brave. And then I go and grab this Colorado Craft Company stamp and die set and decide that I'm going to do the Christmas on the stamped and then die cut, and I'll stack it up a couple of times. So originally I thought I'd go in with the Candied Apple, and then I changed my mind and went, nope, let's go Pine Needles, because sometimes red writing just looks like it's been done in blood. Don't know, that's what goes through my head anyway. So I did that and then die cut it out. Now this is actually a piece of cardstock that's been glued together on itself, so it's actually already double layered, but I do go and die cut another version just so we can stack it up even more. It's quite thin cardstock that I'm using, so it just works really well to give it that little bit of dimension, especially because I've gone at this point, there's a bit of foreshadowing, directly onto the card blank. So I have die cut my little sentiment, my Christmas word image, and now I'm going in to finish the sentiment, and I decide I'm going to stamp again directly onto the card blank, and then I fiddle with it to get it lined up, go straight in with the black, and as soon as I've stamped it I know it's not straight. And there's nothing that annoys me more than a wonky sentiment that doesn't look like it's meant to be wonky. So quite often I'll do wonky sentiments because then it disguises the fact that they've gone wonky. But yeah, so I end up cutting out the card panel and making it quite a lot smaller. And then I end up with a thumbprint as well. So yeah, it just goes a little bit haywire at this point. So gluing on my Christmas so it just overlaps the edge slightly and also covers up that thumbprint that, although I've cut some of it off, I didn't want to cut all of it off because suddenly it would become a really, really tiny card blank. And then I've gone and grabbed some red cardstock to be able to mount that, and then that'll sit on my card front. And I'm happier now that at least I can still use it. But yeah, I was so annoyed that that thumbprint got on there as well, so I ended up cutting it down even more. Okay, kept this quite simple then. So we've got the red frame, which is purposefully offset. So don't think I've not done it on purpose. That was purposely offset. So it's wider on one side than it is at the other. And I've mounted it right to the left-hand side of the card. And then I've got that sentiment obviously going off. So you can see there that it's off to the side. I've added some 5 little gems in the black. And then I'm just going to use up the rest of the ink that's on that stencil to create just a little bit of a corner, but then I do have to go in and add a little bit of green and red again because they've sort of gone a bit muddy and gone a bit grey, but just finishes off the inside a little bit. So a simple card. Obviously it would have been even more simple if I'd have not A, stamped it wonky, and B, gone and got a thumbprint on there. It would have been an even simpler card then. But I hope you've enjoyed. Please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe and comment below. Until next time, bye bye.